As I was watching LeBron's game the other night, I mean, just his last game. I don't know exactly when they're playing again, but I saw him play against the Blazers. I was prepping for Throw It Down, Spurs at Blazers, and I'm watching this guy, and it was. I think it was 20 years ago, or maybe even more, when he first started at St. Mary's, St. Vincent's. And we went over there and to Cleveland State and did that first game when he was in high school. We did a second game when he was playing at Pauley Pavilion, because it was so spectacular when he was 18 years old. And now here he is. I believe he's 38 now. And what he was doing in that game at 38 years old, Dan, he is not backing into this record.
No.
I mean, this is a staggering accomplishment of everything.
But did you think Kareem's record would ever be broached?
You always think that. I mean, I was there when Wilt was setting all his records, right? And then Kareem starts catching him, right? And Wilt was fantastic. And Wilt was a huge influence in my life. I've been the luckiest guy in the world. And so when Kareem was coming up and Wilt would get super mad in my early days of broadcasting for the Clippers when I would talk about Wilt's records. This was, in the 90s and early 90s and 33 years ago now. And I would always refer to it, as when Wilt would miss 5,000 free throws in his career. And Wilt would call me and say, "Hey, Billy, don't talk about that. If I thought that was important, I would have made them." Right? And then when Kareem was coming to pass him and break his records, Wilt, he would say to all of us, and these were, personal conversations, Jack, because Wilt was just an incredible human being. He was a combination, personality-wise, of Magic Johnson and Santa Claus. And so when you would ask, when you would be talking and Kareem was coming up, and the level of skill, talent, dedication, determination, durability that it takes to do something like that is just off the charts, indescribable. And so as Kareem is, inching up and going to get there, and I was watching the game when Kareem swung the skyhook in Mark Eaton's face and hit it in Las Vegas. And so Wilt would say, "Billy, if I thought anybody was ever going to break my records, I just would have doubled them up." Because, in those days, a lengthy career was 10, 12, a dozen years, 13 years. And, today's players, this is to take nothing away from today's players. These guys are spectacular. The level of physical fitness. And one of the things that just blows me away about LeBron is that here he is, 38, and he is still the most active guy in the game. And he is running so fast and attacking the rim and throwing it down. And then he shoots jumpers. And when I watch LeBron, I can never figure out what the best part of his game is. I mean, here's a guy who in any particular moment, any particular game, any particular event, he can be the best shooter, the best passer, the best dribbler, the best rebounder, the best defender, and the best shot blocker, the best screener, the best decoy. He can do everything out there, and he's still doing it as well, if not better, than anybody else. In the game at Portland on Sunday night, which the Lakers started off with a 14-point lead in the early moments, and then they were behind by 25 points at halftime. And so I kind of drifted away to something else. And then I keep looking at my phone, all following the scores every night. And then I see it's a game again. And then the Lakers win it going away. Now they got Rui Hachimura.
Yep.
So it's wow, anything is possible. In the NBA today, if you win 4 games in a row, you're skyrocketing up the standings because everybody is so bunched in and nothing's been determined yet.